From CNN.com.
Yes. Yeah.
Thousands protest as Italy's COVID pass becomes mandatory for workers. They say anyone who is on a payroll in the public or private sector must have a green pass with a QR code as proof of either full vaccination, recent recovery from infection, or a negative test within the previous 48 hours. Employees who go to work without the pass risk a fine of up to €1,500, $1,730, and suspension without pay. Employers could also face fines if they allow staff to work without it. Wow.
Yeah.
That's it's substantially worse than here in the U.S.
Exactly. And the way that they implemented this was really sinister because in Italy, talk of like a COVID vaccine passport, it was first deemed a conspiracy theory. It's crazy. It's not going to happen here. And then they started to implement it with restaurants and indoor dining. Then they started to implement it with travel, trains, buses, planes. Can't get on any of those if you don't have the green pass. And now their latest rule here, I don't even want to say rule. Their latest decree here by the Italian government is that you can't work in the public sector or private sector if you don't have a green pass. If you don't have a QR code that says the government allows you to work. And if you do work, you get a fine of €1,500. And you need a vaccine to be compliant every 6 months with this, quote, green pass, or a test every 48 hours, which is unfeasible.
So
Gary, you had something
what's
to say?
I got a question. Yeah. So what's the option if you say no to all this? You're going to jail. You're getting fined till
€1,500 fine for going to work and not having a green pass.
Here's the best part. In the United States, if you are fired because you didn't get vaccinated and there was a mandate, it's considered a voluntary resignation.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
It's insult and
And in many states like New York, you lose unemployment benefits. So nurses that get kicked to the curb literally have to find another job right away to make sure that they could even pay the bills. So we're in phase 2. Italy went through phase 3 and 4. We're seeing a lot of countries implement the same policies, only on different timelines, but they're doing the same thing.
It's coming.
It's already here. Los Angeles has some of the most strictest COVID-19 vaccine passports that they're going to be implementing. CNN has been cheerleading it, saying it's awesome, it's great. Getting permission slips from the government for every basic activity is so awesome. The same government that runs the DMV. Yeah, I definitely trust those people to have a domestic permission slip passport system. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's insane, and people are standing up to this. People are protesting in mass. I've been tweeting out photos that show huge amounts of people. There's also some fake photos. There's some disinformation going around, but I'm trying to confirm a lot of this. I have some people in Italy that I'm talking to, but now unions, dock workers are coming together and they're doing a, quote, indefinite blockade of the ports in Italy, with them saying, we're going to block this until you get rid of this domestic passport permission slip system. So it's going to be a very interesting showdown and clash that we're going to see unfold in Italy in just a few moments from now.
It needs to happen soon because, as you guys know, that once they implement this stuff, it doesn't get unimplemented. Yeah. It's done.
It's expanded.
There's no deadline. There's no deadline. They're not going to say, hey, if everyone is free of COVID, we're going to get rid of this. Or if 90% or 80%. They usually do this. You can't tell someone to sacrifice for something that has no end to it.